Alright, we are back for round one. We won the die roll. We'll play first. It's a fine hand, so we'll keep it. Opponent laboriously working through his options for that first land drop. Curious to see what he will choose ultimately. Forest. A solid choice. Alright, opponent with the Hedron Crawler, us with the Swing for 2, and the complete disregard of whatever his next play is, hopefully. You know, I really don't like complete disregard there. I think we'll just drop this silent skimmer and pass the turn. So is the opponent mono green? Could have left up colorless for the death touch. This is just super obvious, but maybe the opponent doesn't respect it. Maybe it looks like a bluff. Maybe the opponent's not aware of the format. Opponent's either not aware of the tricks in the format, or did not believe me. My opponent is therefore awarded 0 damage, or I'm sorry, 3 damage, but loses a 5 mana 5/4 for a 1 mana instant. Oh wow, that was nice. Doubtful that they'd play around the second one. You know, maybe I should just cast Complete Disregard. I should have probably cast Complete Disregard and attacked. Yeah, I'm just going to exile it now. Yeah, that would have been a much better play. That would have actually sped up his clock by 1 turn if he just took it. Definitely possible that the opponent's mono green here. Okay. Opponent's got to be getting pretty sick of unnatural endurance. I'm just kind of in the position of hoping that my opponent is soft to this. Alright. So unless the opponent has some amount of life gain or removal or flyers that can be flashed in here that also kill 0/4s. It could be that 1 mana +1/+2 in reach card. Gives dinosaur flying. I don't know, it's kind of crazy that the Beastmaster is really just that dude on that thing's back and it's a 5/5. But I suppose it would still count. It is kind of a package deal. Like White Knight comes with a horse, etc. Opponent really thinking about this one. Opponent appears to be done thinking about this one. Starting to suspect my opponent is double queuing. Alright, got there. So really, flying looks really good against his deck. Maybe I just take out all of my exile cards. Witness the End might be good against him. Nah, it's probably not that great. Flying Tendrils might be good against him as well, but it's also turned out to be pretty good against me. So I think we're just going to swap the Cryptic Cruiser for the Cloud Manta and call it a day. I think it's a pretty good change. The opponent does seem a little weak to flyers. There are cards with reach, though, so I expect that my opponent will have at least one of them. Or, you know, beside the Seed Guardian thing. Forgot about that thing since I exiled it. Wasn't looking at it. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. Alright. Opponent keeps 7. We also keep 7. Oh. Even drew a 1-drop. How sick is that? Opponent's got a 2-2. We just won't attack. If the opponent plays a colorless source, we can double block. No colorless source prompts, of course, the single block. Ah, more creatures with reach. Really need to draw land. But at least we still got to make a play, so it's not a disaster. Yeah, opponent was the blue-green devoid deck, so we'd have been fighting him for it. And that would have been pretty miserable, I imagine. Well, that's not great. Alright, so the opponent's seen 2 of these things now. They've got to play around it. Okay. Interesting. All right. Whew, okay. So cultivator drone gonna help quite a bit here. I'm just on whatever clock he can put me on in the air until I drop Silent Skimmer. I might just preempt the beating by playing Silent Skimmer here. The alternative is to cast another Cultivator Drone, keeping up Death Touch.
Where I use my power.
Okay, the opponent swings at the Sphinx. I take 3 damage. Yeah, we'll just cast a Silent Skimmer. If the opponent has a combat trick, we won't be in great shape, but we kind of have to expose ourselves to that risk at some point. Alright, next turn, if we Don't draw land. We'll just play Cultivated Drone, keep up an Unnatural Endurance. Just make the normal blocks. Alright, going to again show the opponent the Unnatural Endurance. See if they respect it this time. They do. Alright. So from here, we're just going to play Chitinous Cloak. We can take a little bit more damage, but then from that point, we don't really need to take damage ever again. Oh, snap. Oh, okay, so it bounced Silent Skimmer back to the hand, so I'm going to take a bit of damage this turn. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to keep up the Unnatural Endurance anyway. I'll just keep up both Blinding Drones. I don't even think I pre-combat tap. No, swing away. And from here I can just transition into tapping as creatures with flying and reach. Okay. My opponent's forced into a bad spot here. I have Unnatural Endurance and 2 tap effects available. It's going to be difficult for my blue-green opponent to pull out of this. Yep. I'm not even going to tap anything. The opponent is doomed. Alright. So, let's see what the opponent is going to come up with. Just suddenly a billion lands start tapping. Get a little nervous. Alright, just a 3/3 flyer. That's fine. Tap it down. Tap it down. Yeah, I'll just wait and do this cautiously. Next turn I get to really unload. Yeah, it's over. So opponent flooded out. I managed to get quite a board amassed with my two cultivator drones, so that was key. And I'll see you round 2.